Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Saturday night. We got the Roto Slappers live. We got a special guest. You know him very well. He's only been on the Bloodline Network all day so far, which is where you're going to find Roto Slappers exclusively moving forward, by the way. My special guest tonight, Tim, the one and only Tim King. How are you feeling, buddy? Are you tired?
Bro,
are you alive? Are you breathing? Are you okay? Do you have a pulse? How's it?
Bro, first and foremost, I'm fine. Don't ever worry about me. I'm good. I can do this 24 hours a day, all day. I'm good. I am so very humbled and proud to be a guest on your show. I am so very proud of you for where you have taken the show Roto Slappers that we were doing and just fucking driven it into the next level, doing your thing with Big Texas Blake Kendrick to the point where the boys said, Streetz, no. Roto Slappers will no longer be on the Tim King show. It'll be exclusively on the Bloodline Entertainment Network, which it will be going forward very, very soon. We're transitioning. So those of you who are listening on the Tim King show, come on over, baby. And Streetz be playing all the videos on Twitter all the time, getting you to seductively come on over, baby. Come on over to the Bloodline Entertainment Network from the Tim King Show. God, so weird to say, right? No, that's my goal for everything TK driven to be all on the BEN going forward. But Streetz, I'm so proud of you, bro. You're fucking slaying it, killing it, dude. Great work, bro. Great work.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Good job today.
Thank you.
I don't know what New Japan. I don't know anything about New Japan. No clue. Couldn't tell you a damn thing about it, dude. But you guys did a good job with that. Tuned in for a little while, and then I was able to. Obviously, we did a transition, like we're like a radio station. We actually did a transition from the Tim King show to Roto Slappers. If you caught the end of the last feed, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was super cool. I've always wanted to do something like that. That would be dope. It would have been cooler if we just like went into this. But, you know, eventually that's the goal. We'll be on a Roku. We'll be on a radio station. We'll be doing something one day much bigger than what we're doing now. But, hey, you got to start somewhere, right? Yo, I say every episode, Faction Cast, KPG, always in the house. Always scissor, my dude.
What up?
Facebook user. I don't know who's here. Last time it was Keith from the Universal Wrestling Podcast. If it is Keith,
I see.
I will say hello. If it's not Keith, hello. Thank you for tuning in anyway. And Devin, our tribal chief, throw your ones up.
It's Saturday night, by the way, and so I'm finally getting to indulge into a little adult beverage since it's Saturday night. We're gonna get loose. So I'm gonna cheers you, Devin, on this one too, with the one. What are you drinking tonight, Tim?
I got Captain Morgan in my glass like most nights. If you don't see Estella in front of me, odds are I got Captain Morgan in my glass. But
tonight,
you know,
I'm going to shout them out. My favorite brewery by far in the entire world. They're local. Started small. Now they got an actual like brew pub in Lincoln Park, Chicago. But if you could see it, Hot Butcher. They're my go-to.
Cool.
Shout out to Hot Butcher. So that was my beer choice for tonight on Saturday Night Show. Thank you.
Okay. Dig it. Maybe it's a potential sponsorship down the road or something. Okay.
That's why I throw S, that's why I was kind of throwing it in there. Maybe, you never know.
Okay.
A little bit.
Make a phone call, send an email. How you do? All right.
But yeah, so we're here. What are we here for? Football. We're back. We're back to the big dog after a very fun first base episode last week. We are here to redraft 2020, 2021, and 2023 rookies. That is what we're going to do right now. We are in dynasty. We're in rookie season, really, for dynasty leagues. The hype is everywhere. If you're on Twitter, obviously you know this already. Everybody's talking about it. Bijan Robinson is the next Barry Sanders. If you go on Twitter at this point, Anthony Richardson is basically the greatest quarterback of all time. If you go on Twitter right now, so yeah, we are in full swing. It is full dynasty swing. So, you know what? Zombie Dust. So I'm going to show this real quick. So I love Three Floyds. So Zombie Dust is a really, really good one also. Shout out to Three Floyds on that one also. No doubt about it.
Oh, there we go. We got a good one here. Dynasty Double Deuce founder here. What's up, Streets? First time seeing your face. I know that's got to be our dude, Zach Grayson. Big props to Zach Grayson. Hey, while you're here, Zach, I kicked your fucking ass in our championship game. The real world's champion, not the fake one. No, Zach's the man, dude. We play in this Empire League. He is so fucking cool for even graciously bringing me into his league. I got to bring Streets in with me. It was awesome. Well, I got to bring Streets in with me after Zach was back-to-back champions and shut the previous league down, something I hope to do with this league. I doubt I'm going to do it. My roster's not that good.
Halfway there.
But I'm halfway there. I was playing Zach in the championship game. DeMar Hamlin happened. I was up 32 against JoeBurrow. You know, we all know what happened. Points didn't count. It is what it is. Zach, I love you, man. Seriously, thanks for bringing me in the league, and thanks for being here, dude.
Instead of Saturday, it is a Saturday. That's funny. Tim's Day. Tim's Day. I was just gonna say instead of Saturday, it's Tim's Day is really what we could call it at this point. But
it's been a busy one.
Awesome, Tom. Nice job so far, guys. Thank you. But yeah, so what we're gonna do, basis of the show is have some fun. Number one, that's kind of what we're. Number one goal here. We're going to talk about there was some really good rookies the last 3 years, especially we're going to do the SuperFlex style, but a lot of the wide receiver crop the last 3 years is pretty loaded. There's some really good high end ones there, decent running backs, obviously quarterbacks, but without further ado, I say we just get this started because I don't know how long it's going to take, to be honest with you. Hopefully we try to keep this limited because we do want to get into 2023 rookies a little bit after that point. So let's do it. What do you say, Tim? You want to kick it off?
We have something, oh yeah, my bad. I was going to say, and we got something I really want to talk about afterwards too. That I've been honing my excitement this whole time because we had a big show Tuesday. But I know I might let the cat out of the bag in a little bit. But yes, I'll be. Right, I got first pick. You're giving me first pick?
You're the guest. You get first pick.
All right, cool. So, again, just to repeat, we're doing this super flex style. If you're not familiar, that means you can play a quarterback at a flex position, right? So We're doing it super flex style. So in case you're wondering why quarterbacks are so high on our list, that's why. And yeah, Streets, bro, look at this list, dude. Burrow, Herbert, Hurts, Fields, T-Law, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Jonathan Taylor, CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jalen Waddle, T. Higgins. I mean, bro, just nasty. That's just spitting hypothetically at round one.
So yeah, I'm glad. Stop there, and we're not going to even use. So that column E right there that you have, maybe a couple guys, but when I'm reading it right now, yeah, we're only doing 3 rounds at this point. We're saying 3 rounds right now. We'll see how 2 rounds, how long that even takes us to do. But
let's do that.
Yeah, some of those guys we are not going to talk about on this damn podcast.
Hey, bro, no. I just went ahead and I put out their options for players available. I put about 60 guys out there. If you want me to go ahead and clear a column, I'll clear a column. Yeah, you're right. We're doing 12 teams, 3 rounds, 36 total players. We're going to alternate picks. So I got the first pick. So I'm going to go ahead. And when you're looking at this, you got JoeBurrow, you got JustinHerbert, you got JalenHurts.
Facebook user.
Bro, what's up? Always appreciate the people tuning in, man, so much. But you got Burrow, Herbert, Hurts, T-Law at quarterback, right? Or the guy I'm going to take at quarterback, number 1 pick overall, QB1 of Chicago. He's going to lead us to a fucking Super Bowl. Justin fucking I'm just kidding, dude. As much as I love QB1, I ain't fucking going QB1.
Anyone watching this show would have immediately just closed their tab right now. They would have been like, "Yep, I'm done."
No.
I would have just walked off set.
I wouldn't have blamed you. I'd been like, "Yeah, get out of here, dude." No, at this pick, you should go quarterback. You could go best running back in Jonathan Taylor. You could go best wide receiver, and you can go JJ or Jamar Chase. Really, it's a coin flip between the 2 of them for sure. But at the end of the day, we're doing super flex, which means I'm taking all the points that I can get. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take JoeBurrow, number 1 pick in the 2020 rookie redraft. 2020's rookie redraft.
Yeah, look, we could get into stats for Joe Burrow, but there's zero reason to do so. We've all seen it. The eye test alone. Like Joe Burrow versus Patrick Mahomes is probably going to be Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady for quite a long time at this point. No disrespect to Josh Allen. He's just that third fiddle, and great in fantasy football, but in real life, he's under both of them. There's no doubt about that. They both have that it factor, and they both. But yeah, so Joe Burrow also puts up the monster numbers now in fantasy, and it's probably going to continue. So yeah, I can't disagree with you. Joe Burrow is the obvious pick probably for pick one. Although I did have another guy that I battled with on that first pick, and he's obviously going to go pick two then in this one. So I'll go right into it, and I'm not going to take a quarterback there. Then I'm actually going to take Justin Jefferson with pick two in that one. Look, I get it. It's SuperFlex. The one thing you know about me though is I don't force the quarterback. It's not something I'm ever going to do. Like, I'm okay. Like, I know somewhere down the line at QB2, there's going to be a Geno Smith, or there's something later that I'll find that's just usable at quarterback two. So I hate forcing quarterback one. And I get the dynasty aspect of it where you get the quarterback for a long time, blah, 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 and it's a 10-year thing. But it's still not something that it's just me personally won't do. So yes, I'm going to take Justin Jefferson with first pick for, I guess, slot two. Look, Justin Jefferson, let's look at he's 23 years old. His 3 finishes in his first 3 seasons are wide receiver 6, wide receiver 4, wide receiver 1. This guy is a monster, right? 3 times over 1,400 yards. In 3 seasons, over 4,800, 4,825. So just over 4,800 yards, which is the most in the first 3 years for any wide receiver ever, which is over Randy Moss and Odell Beckham Jr. Good Lord. Like, he's off to the greatest start to any wide receiver in the history of the NFL. So he is a dog. And yes, that's who I'm taking with my first pick and at pick 2 here.
That's fair. And tell me, I mean, I think you just told me with those stats. I think you just told me with those stats why, but why specifically him over Chase?
The Chase thing is he's going to go in here in a little bit, right? There's probably no doubt about that. He's coming up shortly. And he does have Joe Burrow, who was just chosen 1, which is a great thing. And we haven't seen Jamar Chase's best season yet ever, which we will talk about in a little bit. But Cousins is going to stay in Minnesota. There's probably no doubt about that. And it's an historic start for Justin Jefferson at this point, which I think he's going to end up staying there too. Like, when you get the ball in his hands also, have you ever watched Justin? He is a monster in yards after catch too. Like, he's just special. Some guys are just special, right? You watch every aspect of them and they just are. And good Lord, he's been that good. He's
electric.
Yep.
No, he's electric. He deserves to be that spot for sure. Before we keep going, before I make my next pick, Nick, Universal Wrestling Podcast. Big shout out to my boy, dude, tag team partner. Love you, bro. Thanks for everything you do. Football's the spreadsheets. Tim's in heaven. You're fucking damn right I'm in heaven, dude. Love football. Love spreadsheets. Love fantasy football. Drafts, football, spreadsheets. Come on, baby. Bro, so you got to talk to us about the Bears trade. That's what I was saying. We'll talk about that a little later at the end of the show before we talk deep dive onto that on Tuesday. Facebook user, Big Texas. There we go. Street's co-host every Wednesday night on the Roto Slappers. Definitely thank you, Blake.
So, Blake, my boy BK, just so you know, it just says Facebook user when you post on this thing right now. So I have no idea that it's you. Sorry. Could have gave me a little warning maybe in a private chat like, hey.
Blake could have came on here with us tonight, dude.
He could have.
He definitely could have. But it's just the two of us, and I'm back on the clock, dude. And hey, as a guy who loves quarterbacks, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take another quarterback. And I might surprise you with this one, but JalenHurts is that dude, man. I know you're a huge JustinHerbert guy, but if I'm doing a dynasty startup right now, like we're doing, and we're redrafting, I want a guy who's going to get the rushing yards. I want a guy who's going to get the passing yards. He's got wide receiver 1. He's got wide receiver 2. He's got tight end 1, and he gets first down after first down after first down after first down. I watched him against Green Bay get 100 rushing yards on like 8 fucking rushes in the first quarter. Insanity, dude. This kid is great. He's going to push it forward with his legs. Great arm. Give me JalenHurts. Pick 3.
Yeah, I can't hate on that. Look, I probably would have taken it. You're right. There's no doubt about it. You know me very well. You know me too well, I think. At times you probably know me a little too. Like, we probably know each other's tendencies too much to even do a draft with each other. That's even fair. So that's why I'm glad this is just for fun. Because you and I next to each other in a draft is always no good. I know what you're going to do. You know what I'm going to do. And yes, I wouldn't have taken Hurts, but I can't hate on it. Like, 700 yards rushing 2 years in a row. 6'1", 200-something pounds. Does he hold up? Rushing all that? Like, it's great now. And I think, obviously, I'd take him in the top 10 still. I'm not going to nitpicking on JalenHurts here, but I'm going to have to shift a little bit from the 7, like down a little bit more into a passing attack, which I think he can do. But that's the only reason why I would probably take the guy that I'm going to take next over JalenHurts, and I'm going to take JustinHerbert then.
I thought so.
Yeah. There's like, he was QB9, QB2, and then last year had the back issues, still finished QB11. So he's been a QB1 for 3 straight years now. And I think the back issues really played a big factor into his season. Kind of suffered it a little early, played through it the rest of the year. We saw like almost 180, I think about 180 yards less in rushing that he did. The year before we saw 300 yards rushing, and I think he's probably going to get back up there. The wide receivers worry me a little bit, but I think Herbert's a much better quarterback than people think. I think right now, I mean, you're probably the value of him in most of our leagues. You're not going to trick anybody. There's no doubt. So you're not getting him cheap, but I think he's going to return to top 5 SuperFlex pick by the end of next season. I told you
had a great trade for him. You just traded Patrick Mahomes and AJ Dillon, I guess, but you got Herbert and Eckler back. I thought that was tremendous value.
That's the real stack, right? That's the wide receiver stack you want. Justin Herbert.
Right. No shit.
So yeah, I do like Herbert. Maybe I'm just a Herbert stan, and maybe I'm dead wrong on this, but I see the tools are there, the traits are there. I do think the back affected him last year, and I think we get back. They need to get Keenan Allen. I don't know if he's going to return or not. They need somebody other than Mike Williams to play wide receiver there, which I think they'll figure that out though. But
well, I could tell you, if I wasn't going to pick JalenHurts, I would have taken JustinHerbert. Like, it was I wouldn't have cared if I had picked 4, whatever. It is what it is, dude. I'm taking one of those guys. Since you took JJ and gave me the option of one of my quarterbacks. Before I make my pick, Dom, Bloodline family, dude. What's up, Bloodline brothers? Philly guy. Hurts is tremendous pick in his book. Helped him win a couple of fantasy championships. Yeah, man.
I'm sure he is, Mr. Philly.
Yeah, right, for sure.
I'm sure you're gonna like another guy on this too.
I'm pick 5 right here, right? So I can take T-Law. I can take JustinFields. I can go Jamar Chase. I can go JT. I'm doing this if I actually had the pick in a SuperFlex startup dynasty league. Who am I taking? And no bullshit right here. The right pick might be T-Law, but I'm going to take JustinFields solely for his legs. And you can fucking hate on me all you want. But at the end of the day, right here, Fields and T-Law are very, very close. I think they're gonna be going down the line as top 5 quarterback, top like 8 quarterbacks, because you got Allen, Mahomes, Burrow, Herbert, Lamar. So these guys are going to be in that top 8 range, consistently feuding it out with each other. But I think that Fields has more upside with his legs, barring health, of course. And we just gave him a weapon, DJ Moore. We might get him another weapon, JSN. We're going to get the offensive line in shape. Give me Justin Fields, pick 5, and yeah, homer pick for sure. No doubt. You could have went T-Law, Jamar Chase.
But he rushed for 1,100 yards.
That's it.
He rushed for 1,100 yards. Obviously, he's going to have to throw for more, and he can't run for 1,100 yards every season. But for a guy who wasn't even a running quarterback, technically coming in, he showed you he's very special with his legs. So he is going to run a little bit. The passing game should definitely go up. It's hard to use any stat right now for Justin Fields while doing this, because that is a projection pick, right? Obviously, he should improve as that team improves. He was hung to dry. A lot of people might not watch Bears games play by play week after week. But they box scored, right? Is that what they do basically?
Yeah, that's all they do is box score. No, and then they listen to the analysts. The analysts who get paid to watch film box score. They box score. And then they go on and tell people about their box scoring. And then people believe it. Fucking idiots.
Yeah. Like that team was bad. That was real bad. And they kind of left him just to die is basically what it all boiled down to a season ago. So yeah, there's no doubt he's going to get better. And I do think they should take JSN because Mooney's, you got to negotiate an extension now with him. Not going to happen. Claypool, we'll see. Probably not going to do it with him either. So you could end up with just DJ Moore at the end of this season. So yeah, I think you go get JSN. Then you have Moore, JSN. Maybe you keep one of Claypool or Mooney if you can work something out as your wide receiver 3, which is fantastic. So yeah, there we go. I guess I'll go. I'm going to take my next pick's pretty simple then because you left it up. It was going to be one of 2 guys. You took the one guy. So I'm going to take TrevorLawrence. And we might as well just jot that in right there, which I do believe, both at some point are probably top 5 quarterbacks, along with JustinHerbert. I should throw that in there. But yeah, Dougie P, baby. Doug Peterson was a blessing for TrevorLawrence, I think. That was a great head coach hire. Going to do wonders there for him. Obviously, now you got Calvin Ridley back. Whew. So you got Christian Kirk, Calvin Ridley. They franchise tag Evan Ingram. He's back. Travis Etienne. He'll be probably part of this a little later. But, they got some weapons there. That's a good offense, right?
They're saying
Dave Jones, wide receiver 3. Dave Jones is the guy. That's a pretty good wide receiver 3. So, I think TrevorLawrence definitely going to take that another step too. There's a little bit more game in him. So, I take him in next.
Again, I do agree. We can't see the Facebook post, but I agree with whoever said that. That was a homer pick. T-Law probably should have went above Fields. But again, if I were actually doing this in this draft right here, like if I had $50 in a new draft right here, I'd take Fields right here. I'm taking guys as if I'd actually take them. I would take Fields in this spot, 110%. And if you know me, you know I would take Fields in this spot. I love Fields. I think he's going to be fucking great down the road. Great. Like, we ain't even seen the precipitous of Justin Fields yet. And
Dream
when
team,
you're looking at,
we're more like the sports cuddles team, probably is sadly too much, but we'll take that.
Us too? Yeah, that's an old school conversation right there for another day. But when you're looking at this list, this is really easy. You got Jamar Chase, Jonathan Taylor, CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra, Jalen Waddle, T. Higgins left. I mean, this is as easy gets, dude. It's Jamar Chase with pick 7, and I don't really think I need to explain myself with the people who are left. You could probably go, if you want to go the best running back on the board, JT, but Jamar Chase is a fucking dog. You take the dog. It's Jamar Chase here.
Yeah, I agree. I love Jamar Chase. I battled myself. The guy who hates that won't force a quarterback. That's why I battled myself with Jamar Chase over TrevorLawrence at that pick. He is an absolute stud. Missed 3 games last year. Look, he finished wide receiver 5 as a rookie. 12 last year. He missed 3 games though last year. But he was first in expected fantasy points per game. So the best season for Jamar Chase has not happened yet. You haven't seen it. It will happen, especially with JoeBurrow. And it is going to be a glorious thing when you finally get it. So yeah, I do love Jamar Chase. That is another dog right there.
Dog, baby. Dog. Streets. Pick 8 of the first round. Who do you got, man?
We're kind of cooking here. I'm actually kind of impressed right now that we're
I'm not surprised by any means. This is the easy part usually, right? I don't know.
I guess you could say that. I'm going to go in this one. It's wild. I'm going to take Jonathan Taylor. That's going to be my next pick. So
yeah, it's my BP.
I battled. Sure. I had a wide receiver there that I was close with, but he's 24 years old, finished RB6, then RB1. Then last year, had the ankle injury early, came back. I think he played through it. It looked like he did. He was not himself. Re-injured it again. Sat out a little bit, but finished as running back 36. But he's still in that mess of an indie team that hired Jeff Saturday. I don't know what was going on in it. It was just that was a circus last year in Indianapolis. But he still had 14.9 expected fantasy points per game. So I love Jonathan Taylor. I think that team should stable out a little bit this year. Rookie quarterback. I mean, it doesn't mean they're going to have a great offense, but they're going to feed him. That's no doubt. If he's healthy, should be a nice bounce back here. But either way, we're redrafting what they've done, and he gave you an RB6 and an RB1 season. So there you go.
No, he's definitely the running back one here, and that was a great pick. And I feel you who you be between, and that's the guy that I'm going to take now. He had his best year as a pro last year. CeeDee Lamb, he's by far and away the number one target on that team, and I know we still have free agency in the draft to come.
What's going on? Do you see my list? Are we sharing the same list?
No, I don't see anything. But I play the game. You play the game. We know the game. It's CeeDee Lamb, man. It's that's it. He's the only choice here. You can argue other wide receivers. You can argue Amon-Ra or Waddle.
There's a couple guys.
That's really it. Really, man. That's really it. It's CeeDee Lamb. That's all. And there's really nothing. It's literally right here. CeeDee Lamb to me is the easy in this class that we're looking at. Easy wide receiver 3, like without a shadow of a doubt. Like it's JJ and Chase, and then it's Lamb on a small tier below them, and then we'll start going after that.
Yeah, that Cetus draft pick right there. That's good. That CeeDee Lamb is the guy. Last year, 4th in targets, 156 targets. We knew it was coming. He was going to be that guy. Dak's still there for now. All right, so Kellen Moore is gone. That slight worry, a little bit more in a maybe who took over Schottenheimer. They're going to, So, yeah, maybe a slight downgrade from those two. But overall, still a fantasy stud. Yeah, I don't know what all the Kellen Moore hate is. I have no idea why I keep reading so much of that. Like he was so bad. Like I think the Chargers are going to actually get better under him. Dallas offense is actually going to get worse. So it's kind of funny how that's going to work.
I don't know that Dallas's offense gets worse, but I do think the Chargers offense will get better with Herbert's health, with wide receivers' health. They restructured Keenan Allen and Mike Williams deals, I believe. So that offense is going.
Are you sure though? Here's the thing. I don't want to hear about the play calling aspect. I guess it does make a point, but still, like Kellen Moore, Dallas offense, top 10 every year he was there. Top 10 offense every single year he was there. Mike McCarthy leaves Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers wins 2 MVPs. Looked like shit with Mike McCarthy there until Mike McCarthy had to get fired out. Like, I don't know if are we sure? You sure Dallas offense not going to take a little hit here and go downgrade a little bit? I don't know.
It might. It depends who they bring in. You got to see who they bring in. They have no wide receiver 2. They got to bring Dalton Schultz back. They just tagged Pollard. Who knows what's going on with Zeke? Obviously, he'll be there, but health is everything. He's getting banged up over the years. So
I get it, but yeah, I don't know. I just a little worried. I still take him here, and in Dynasty, of course, and in a redraft, there's no doubt about it. But I had to bring it up. I'm sure we're gonna deep dive into Mike McCarthy and the Dallas offense as we get cooking as summer kind of goes here. Soon, especially as we warm up for redraft season. But yeah, so I'm actually. Ooh, man, this is a tough one. So this one's tough. I kind of battle. There's 2 guys here that I really absolutely like. I think there's a more obvious one. I'm gonna go Amon-Ra St. Brown. Yep. I'm gonna take. I know who you think I might have taken on this one, but I'm gonna take St. Brown on this one.
I like the Amon-Ra pick right here, dude. I do. There's a couple of guys for sure, but I like the Amon-Ra St. Brown here. I do. Why do you take him over other guys without giving other guys away?
Well, I mean, I might have to give the other guy away in order to do this. It would have been Jalen Waddle, would have been the other one. But I think Amon-Ra is going to be more of a target hog. And I know a lot of people, Jameson Williams could get better. But there's still plenty to go around. Like if Jameson Williams assumes that 2 role and he just takes what Shark and the other guys took as the 2 role, I don't see a real big dip in targets for Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Right.
Whereas Jalen Waddle, probably a little less volume, but probably more fantasy points per route run. It's just, I think, a little bit more out of Amon-Ra, I see. Healthier load, maybe. It's neck and neck. Yeah. It is neck and neck for me.
I feel you. I mean, you made my decision easy. Obviously, I put this kind of master list together. It's not like my basis of my actual order by any means. I just put it together. So clearly, you can kind of see how I feel about these players. And, Amon-Ra wins. So I kind of knew you were going to be talking about Waddle. So that's why I wanted you to go there. And I will be taking Jalen Waddle right here.
Yeah, I mean, what a start for him. Wide receiver 13 rookie year, wide receiver 8 last year.
Right. And you're playing opposite. You play opposite Tyreek Hill. If you have Tua back there, quick slants, fly routes, get the ball in the backfield and just fucking run. That kid fucking can do it all, dude. He is electric.
And by the way, I see here, I believe the Chargers will get better. So do I with Moore. He's going to adapt. I think Justin Herbert's a much better quarterback. He raced last year. We tend to be I think we live in a recency bias world, right? It's recency. It's what are we watching at the time that we're watching it. And my brain tends to work in like a predictive type manner. It's not what I'm seeing now. It's what am I seeing behind the scenes and how am I going to project it into the future? And I think Justin Herbert you're going to be mighty impressed with him next season. Look, if he doesn't get the lower back injury last year, he probably has a way bigger season than he did last year. We're not even having this conversation right now.
I agree.
Kellen Moore might not even be their offensive coordinator then.
Right.
Maybe the back injury was a blessing. Unfortunately, it should have got his head coach fired. That would have been the real blessing in disguise, but good Lord. I know you do not like that head coach, so that's why I brought that in there.
I was just like collecting my thoughts, man. He is Brandon Staley, dude, is the absolute drizzling shits, dude. I wish I'd scream about him, but we got a couple more rounds to talk about, and I've been screaming on this network all damn day, and I don't think anyone wants to listen to me scream anymore, to be honest with you. But Brandon Staley should have been fired. I get Joe Lombardi being the one to get fired. And Kellen Moore is a nice replacement because, again, I don't get all the Kellen Moore hate. He was touted as the next head coaching option for how long? And then he has one bad year, and now he's the drizzling shits? No. Brandon Staley is the drizzling shits, and it's horrible fourth down management with the ball.
So if the Chargers develop... No, I'm not... You know what? Look. You fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I'm not going down that AFC West path again. I think you and I both sat on a podcast and said all 4 teams are making the playoffs last year. And then a circus erupted in the AFC West.
Ivan, you could go back. I think it's still up somewhere, I swear. But you can go back. Streetz and I believe, both said all 4 teams were going to make the playoffs in the AFC West last year.
I'm not going to.
We got 2. I guess we got 50%, but the other 2 were real bad, dude. They were real bad.
Russ was working out. He had an office. Oh, hi. My wife is watching. Mwah. Hello,
That's some wifey love right there. That's beautiful. You gotta love to see it. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we take all 4 teams, and meanwhile, Russ has an office, and he's doing work calisthenics on the damn plane in front of the whole team.
God, I could just see him Richard Simmonsing down the aisles, dude. Oh my God. Stop it.
Whose
Stop
turn is it?
it.
Is it mine? Before I.
It's yours. You're on the clock. Pick. Last pick of the first round. You got a double dose, actually. Or hold up. Do you want to snake this or you want to do traditional where we run it back the other way? Because, rookie, how we do it.
No, just traditional.
Traditional? All right. So, yeah, you got the last pick of the first round then.
Give me Breece Hall. That's who I'm going to take.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
21. I know the injury sucks. 21 years old though. Man, he was cooking, dude. Like, I think as Kenneth Walker's great. I'm sure he's going to go here soon. But Hall brings the multifaceted level to the game and is better in other things that Walker's not. So as long as Hall bounces back healthy, sky's the limit. I was a big Breece Hall stan last year, though, so maybe I'm a little biased on that. Another guy can't really pull any stats up because he had like 4 healthy weeks. So
True.
You
got a couple running backs who got bit by the injury bug. You got Breece, you got Walker, both start of the year, end of the year. You got Javonte, obviously. But you know who I'm gonna take? Who got bit by the injury bug the year before? He a little bit last year. This might be a surprise pick because I'm gonna go running back, but I'm not gonna take Kenneth Walker. I'm gonna take a guy who you talked about that offense earlier. It's been touted as a top 5 offense in the NFL. I'm going to take Travis Etienne. I think he's going to put the ball in the end zone. He's going to catch some passes, and he has top 10 running back ability all day, dude. I know Walker probably should be the pick, but when I'm looking at Etienne here, I'm looking at the offense, and I like this offense.
Yeah. I had him a little lower than where you're taking him right now, and it's mostly because maybe I bought the coach speak, so to say. But I also know Doug Peterson, and I do worry a little bit like, oh boy, is he even going to get 200 carries in this offense? Are they going to bring in two other backs? And is it going to be a 3-back system like Doug Peterson likes to do out there and like it's great in real life. Etienne will be fresh, and like I'm sure that offense is going to be great, but just bad for fantasy if he doesn't have the workload that we're kind of looking for on this one. But yeah, he's a pass game work. Going to keep him a stable floor week after week. And after that, he had a really good year last year. I just wonder if because they didn't have anybody else, if that's the heaviest volume we see out of him.
I mean, they traded J-Rob to give him the fucking platform to be successful. And like, didn't he kind of ride with it after that?
A little bit, yeah. I just don't know if they're a contending team. Maybe I'm just buying the streak.
Like I said, and you'll probably take him right here or a wide receiver. Kenneth Walker might have been the better pick because he's going to be a fucking bell cow in that offense, just like he was when he was on the field, and a touchdown fucking heavy machine. I get it, but I like that offense a lot. But go take Walker. Go ahead.
I'm not going to take him, actually. So you're going to probably end up with him. Yeah. I had him a couple picks back on this one. I actually am going to take Chris Olave right there.
Oh, all right.
22 years old. He finished as wide receiver 25. He had 1,000 yards with Andy Dalton. And by the way, Andy Dalton only threw over 30 pass attempts 3 times last year. And Chris Olave still did all that 3 times. That's it.
Yeah.
Basically, he threw 20-something passes. That's it, dude. And Chris Olave still had a 1,000-yard season. Like, so yeah, sign me up. I want all the Chris Olave. And I hate that because I'm a Michigan fan, but it is what it is.
No. Yo, you said it the other day, dude.
I know,
in Friends Forever. The Ohio State. Put some respect on the motherfucking names, dude.
No, I'm not going to do that. You could do that, but that's what I'm not.
You always beat us, dude. We never beat you when it mattered.
You beat us for a decade.
Not fucking the last 2 years. Yo, Brian Cook, dude, bear down. How is everyone tonight? Thanks for tuning in, man. We're doing great, bro. Great. Feeling good.
Cheers, buddy.
Good. All right. So Chris Olave. Yeah, man, I can go Kenneth Walker would be a good pick right here, but I think I'm going to go a different route solely based off of what I think is going to happen. I think that Aaron is going to work his way out of Green Bay, as a lot of us think. I don't think I'm going out on any sort of a limb there. I think, he came out of his peyote trip or the dark tunnel or whatever the fuck it is. And I think he's going to end up in New York with the Jets, Jets. So give me Garrett fucking Wilson in a dominate in roll with Aaron. Give me Garrett Wilson right now, right here.
I mean, his situation wasn't great, right? Mike White, Zach Wilson, Joe Flacco. Is that who he saw last year the entire time? So, I mean, that wasn't a great situation, but he still had a really, really good rookie year. Look at this. 2 guys back-to-back, too. They're going. But, yeah, 6th in targets. 13th in expected fantasy points per game. Look at that. It's good Lord. So this guy's legit. There's no doubt about it. And Aaron Rodgers obviously is an upgrade, a really good upgrade. And is Aaron Rodgers is he gonna be the guy? Probably. And we all know one thing about Aaron Rodgers. He locks onto that top wide receiver. And man, he peppers them with targets. Loves to do that. Loves the heavy volume on his top wide receiver. Trusts him. That's probably going to be Wilson. So, yeah, if it's good, it's going to be a fun year for Garrett Wilson. You're going to go so high, though, in a lot of drafts when redraft season comes if Aaron Rodgers goes there. He ain't gonna. Yeah. But I like that.
What do you think? Where do you think his spot's going to be in redraft if Rodgers goes there?
Oh, wow. It's fun because I'm doing the 120 right now. I finished the first round. The second round should be done this week. So we should have 2 articles out. So we should have 24 done. He's not part of the 24. I don't know if he's going to be part of my 36, but maybe the 40s.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and you can find them both on BloodlineNetwork.com, BloodlineNetwork.com, Beat it in your fucking head, BloodlineNetwork.com. Streetz is a great writer, dude. Rankings, waivers,
the 120
fun stuff, Halloween stuff, like the best Halloween performances and shit. Like I was gonna say Easter, but that's not pertinent. But like this dude does his thing. Like BloodlineNetwork.com. Get it, Streetz, dude. Go to our author page. Click on Michael Streetz. Everything Streetz did last year, Floor Sniper Sports was awesome. Streetz was a catalyst behind it. Don't think that work's gone. Everything Streetz did. Go to our author page.
Nice.
Yeah. Go to our author page. Go to our author page on BloodlineNetwork.com. Click on Street's name. Everything Streetz wrote is right there. Plus more that he's got on the website. Streetz is the fucking man, dude. I cannot put this dude over enough.
Well, thank you. I think you're just trying to butter me up to skip Kenneth Walker one more time.
I was gonna say, no, make a fucking pick, dude.
No, I'll take Kenneth Walker then. It's been too long, so I'm gonna take.
Yeah, it's fair.
RB18 last year, but if we count like after Penny went down in minus 2 weeks, he got hurt. He was RB8. Like there's RB1 potential in Kenneth Walker, also top 5 for sure. Probably coming at some point soon. So yeah, I like Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, absolutely. It's also at this point, I could have argued him a little earlier. T. Higgins is the fucking man, dude. He's playing with JoeBurrow. They might re-sign him. I don't know what they're going to do with him. He might end up in a really shitty situation, but at this point, he's playing another year with JoeBurrow. So right here, right now, T. Higgins is a fucking dog. Just like I said about Jamar Chase, a dog. And he's playing with a dog and an offense that is clearly a top 3 offense in the NFL. T. Higgins is the pick with the 6th pick in the second round.
Yep, that's a good one. He's a safe. He might be called the 1B, right? As we call him, is the wide receiver 1B. His finishes, PPR, 28, 24, and 18 in his 3 years. So he's been a very, very safe wide receiver 2 for you, basically, for the most part. Has some wide receiver 1 week still thrown in there. So not a bad pick at all. I was kind of hoping they weren't going to re-sign him, right? They couldn't afford him or something. They were going to say that instead of DJ Moore. That's who the Bears went and got. But I'll take DJ Moore. Yeah, it's a whole other podcast. I don't want to get too deep into that.
Tuesday night, 8:30 Central Standard Time. Right here on the Bloodline Entertainment Network. Streetz and I be talking about it, baby. Who you got, brother?
So yeah. Man. I'm gonna take I guess I'm gonna do like if this was a real draft, I probably would have taken him earlier. And I hate myself for doing a real dynasty startup. Maybe I have to probably rank him a little higher than we're what number are we at right now total?
19.
Yeah, maybe he'd probably be right. Yeah, I might have taken him a little earlier, but I'm gonna take Kyle Pitts.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, look, we saw it the first year, right? Last year got banged up, but that's not even the problem. Last year, let's not even count that in. Last year is they just don't throw the football enough in Atlanta. They didn't, and the mix of Mariota and Desmond Ridder definitely doesn't help that situation. But I would, and also though, look, tight ends are you got it when you draft a tight end. It's like a nest egg, right? It's kind of like it's an investment almost per se. You got to sit on it. You got to let it build, and you got to let it grow. You got to nurture it a little bit. Let it kind of get in there because tight ends usually don't pay off till like 25, 26 years old, it feels like most of the time. Like it's just that kind of position. And Kyle Pitts already proved what he could be regardless of the situation. So I expect him to get better, and I expect that offense at some point to get better. I don't know what they should be all in on Lamar Jackson right now, but I'm not even going to go down that road at this point because that team is legit with Lamar Jackson, or that offense is at this point with Pitts in London. But yeah. So I would take Kyle Pitts because I think at some point he is. We saw the flash of the rookie season, and I think at some point he's going to be a monster. Just like I told you last year in redraft season, God, don't take him in the third. I told you last year, don't take him in the third round. Don't do it.
You did. I took him in like the second round, the end of the second or some shit. You're like, that's a horrible pick, and I'm like, cool. Good thing I didn't do many redrafts last year.
The hype was too crazy for a Kyle Pitts, especially with the quarterback. Like, great dynasty player. There was no way I was buying him last year in redraft, though. Like I said, it's an investment. One of those things you got to let and sit and build. And I think 7 years from now, we're going to sit back and go, Kyle Pitts was an awesome tight end.
But you were spot on with that, dude. You were spot. If you like, I wish we had the old content and that's somewhere, but you were on with a lot of the stuff that you said, no doubt. So we're on pick 20 here. We're moving. We got 36 picks, so we're a little over halfway. You got a couple of guys looking at the board. You got Drake London, Michael Pittman, Devonta Smith, Najee.
He's falling. Like Lord. I know. I bet. Just do it.
Oh, man, dude. Even last year, okay? Even last year in a down year, I think he still finished as running back 13. I think just off the top of my head, the offense is going to get better. Kenny Pickett is going to get better. The receivers, you got Deontay Johnson there, and you got George Pickens there. You got Pat Freiermuth there. The offense is going to get better. And then once Najee's got his foot problem resolved, like after week 7, he was a running back 1, I believe. So for that and what he did his rookie season, I'm going to go ahead and take Najee Harris.
He's fallen. The mighty have fallen, I guess you could say, right? At this point. Top 12 easy pick a year ago. Some had doubts, though, because the efficiency. And some tried to say that it wasn't the line and other things like that. But he was still 14 in expected fantasy points per game. Rookie quarterback. Iffy line. We talked about this on the Roto Slappers waiver. What was it? Waiver wire. It was one of the weekly podcasts we did. We got to about week 8, and I was like, look, now's the time to get Najee Harris, because at that point, his first 8 weeks of the season, he faced like 6 of the best run defenses in the NFL at that point, with a rookie quarterback and a shaky line, right? It was never going to be good for him to start that year. And we circle back to the recency bias thing again. Like, man, he's just not. He doesn't look good. And I get it. He didn't. The results weren't there. You used the first round draft pick on him, and it bombed on you. I posted a video about what happens if you took Najee Harris, DeAndre Swift, and Kyle Pitts as your first 3 picks.
Yeah.
It did not go well for you. So I get the animosity, and I get the anger, and I get everything that goes along with it. But he finished the year better. He did. He looked a little bit better. I mean, he didn't look like a top 5 running back, but he looked better. And obviously 300 carries rookie season, 270 carries last year. You can, whatever Mike Tomlin tells you. I remember everybody went out and tried to pick up, which I told you on the podcast also, when everybody ran out and picked up Jalen Warren and all these other guys. I said Mike Tomlin does not use a committee. He's going to Isabel Cow back, and he's going to overfeed one running back on that system. So yeah. Given the situation he's been in,
and listen, I understand. Like, if it was a one-on-one Najee for Drake London, what Drake London doesn't have a quarterback. Like, if Lamar all of a sudden got there, I understand. Like, Drake London is that dude. But do I think Lamar's going to go there? I think Lamar's going to end up in Baltimore still. I think he gets re-signed. Devontae Smith, dude. He's the guy I was looking at hardcore with Najee. But man,
so yeah, you are right. He ended the season.
The problem is positional value at the end of the day, and at this point, you need some sort of positional value. And Najee, again, like I said, in a down year last year, he still finished running back 13. Injured half of the season, still finished running back 13. I believe. I don't quote me on it, but I'm fairly certain it's running back 13, dude. You're the 19, stat guy. That's okay. All right. No, a running back 2. He was a running back 2. Like I said, correct me, because I don't want to be sitting here spitting bad facts. You're the stat guy, not me.
It depends on what format, and it depends on how you kind of do. Well, he finished as running back 14 in PPR, so you were close on that one. His fantasy points.
Yes, thank you. 14 in PPR, motherfucker. Thank you. That's what I go off of. I don't play that non-PPR bullshit. What do I live, 1982?
But I get it. But at the same time, so running backs, though, I don't like to look at the total at the end of the year. For me, running backs, because they never play a full season, first off, and it's always a volume-based position. Points per game for me is always the big one for running backs. So, and that's where he finished 19, because points per game is always going to be the big one.
That's big. That's big for sure. Love that.
But I mean, still 19 is not bad, and he did 6 of his last 8 weeks. He finished as RB 15 or better in 6 of his last 8 weeks. So it's a decent RB2. I mean, you could do much worse at that point, the last 8 weeks of the season than that.
That's fair.
He's an interesting one. That was a fun one. I like Najee.
Polarizing
too. Player, but
we watched a lot of argument. We watched a lot of argument in our conversations, not our conversations, but like in fantasy conversations. Yeah.
Like he like the week after he plays the best run defense, and people are like, he sucks. Of course. I hate matchups, and I don't want to buy into him too heavy. But man, he went through a gauntlet with a really rough young offense out there. It's not easy. But anyways, next. Enough of Najee. Move on from there. My next pick, another guy. Good Lord, bad situation. No, you know what? I was going to take him. I'm changing my mind on this one.
This one? Do you see the screen or no?
No, was it that one? No, I had my list. I don't have like an order. I just have a list of guys here.
Yeah.
And
do you have a handwritten list like Blake?
No, I do not have a hand. I am not going that old school. Good Lord.
You didn't chisel something into some stone?
No. It's funny because he had to go to his. Did you watch it on Wednesday? He had to go to his sheets for something. He was like, "I think I got it somewhere," and he's like, "Hold on."
I remember. Yeah.
Like a 1990s accountant, he was going through his folders. Oh, I love you, Blake. That's awesome. You have to stay old school for me the entire time we do this. Yeah, I get at this point we're redrafting, right? So I got to go with. I have to look at the results that we've seen, kind of base it on the future, and kind of weigh out those two things. So I'm actually going to take with this pick Michael Pittman.
Wow.
Look,
that's actually who. Just so you know, not to cut you off. That's who I had highlighted for you. Just so you know.
So you know
For the people, for the viewers, yeah, that's how good I know you. For the viewers, and when you go back and watch it, that is who I had highlighted for you, and I said, "Is it this guy?" So go ahead, my man.
Yeah, he was. If we watched the Roto Slappers end of awards show when we gave out our fantasy awards, I gave out the Southwest Airlines award. Oh, that was funny. That went to Cam Akers, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at the end of the year, yeah,
it's the Southwest Airlines award because by the time it worked, it didn't matter basically.
Mm-hmm.
But Michael Pittman was my my sushi award winner. I gave him the sushi award, and the reason I gave him the sushi award is if you ever gone out for sushi, it doesn't matter what you order, what you do. After you eat it, you leave the restaurant hungry. Like you're still hungry when after you eat this little bit of rice and a little bit of fish, and it cost you like $80. So he was expensive last year with a 3rd round pick, and you just wanted more. It was good, but you wanted more. And I get the situation that he's in, so I'm weighing that into this entire thing here. So wide receiver 17 wide receiver 79 rookie year, but then he was wide receiver 17, wide receiver 20, survived I think by the time they were going to change quarterbacks, he was still points per game a wide receiver 1 with Matt Ryan. And then then they changed quarterbacks, and Jeff Saturday happened, and it turned into just a comedy at that point. The Colts did, so he still finished as a wide receiver 20. So I got to give him props.
Which is kind of right there with Najee, right? Like when we're talking, he's still a wide receiver 2 at the end of the day.
Yep. No, well, Michael Pittman, though, at least you drafted him in the 3rd last year, right, in redraft. Whereas Najee was kind of had the ADP value of the 1, so you probably expected a little bit more, maybe, or an improvement out of Najee. But anyways, yeah, I get what you're saying.
No, you're right. You're right, for sure. All right, so here I'm going to do something that I wanted to do last round, but I didn't have a chance. Devonta Smith, dude. I took JalenHurts earlier, wide receiver 2 in this potent-ass offense. I don't really have to explain it too much, man. The kid is electric. He's a flyer. Put the ball in his hand. Like I said with Jalen Waddle earlier. Put the ball in his hand. He can do things, dude. Fly routes. He can hit it in the slot, dude. The kid is so damn good. Little Batman playing out opposite side, big Batman. Devonta Smith.
So I had Smith is who I battled with that last one. But I'd rather just talk about Michael Pittman, to be honest with you. And I feel like I was the Pittman guy, so I felt like I had to just talk about Michael Pittman. But yeah, no. Last year, Devonta Smith finished as wide receiver 9 after a wide receiver 29 finish. And you could call him 1B too, right? At this point, he's kind of the 1B behind AJ Brown. AJ Brown is a monster. There's no doubt about that. Probably a top 12, 15 range-ish overall dynasty startup pick at this point. But yeah, he was 24th in expected fantasy points per game. He was 13th in targets. Like, I mean, he had a pretty big year. When JalenHurts didn't throw the ball a lot, but when he did throw the ball, it was like the 2 guys or 3 guys, and went down. But yeah, big year out of Devonta Smith. I like him moving forward.
Love it. Who do you got next, brother?
All right, now we're entering like that was kind of like the last of like all the real good guys, I think. I have like this line drawn right there, and now the rest of these guys are going to talk about. It's kind of like, this is not where it's going to get too much fun anymore. But I have one more. I take that back. I have one more fun guy, and I don't know if he deserves to even be in a redraft after just a rookie season finishing wide receiver 31, but I think he does. I'm going to take Drake London.
Yeah, for sure. That was what I was talking about earlier with him. He was like right there, you know. I feel like he deserved it. But talk to me about it.
Yeah, we could talk. Remember Kyle Pitts? Remember that conversation that we had about Kyle Pitts? We could probably just talk about that with Drake London because they threw the ball probably just as much as the Bears threw the football over the course of the season, which probably is not a whole lot. So there was not a whole lot of volume to go around. He's still, though, I mean, I guess he did see 117 targets last year, so it wasn't horrible, but
damn, no shit. How many times did they throw the ball last year? Like 220 times?
300 and something, because Mariota had 300 and something attempts, and then Ritter had to have had a couple of them also at that point. But at the same time, like 117 targets, but how many of them were good? With the quarterbacks that he had to play with last year, like it's very hard to me. I could pull metrics out. We can start talking about them. We can use them, and it's all fun and dandy. But I don't know if I buy it quite yet for Drake London. Just one of those situations where it was bad again last year. He's going to get better. He's a really good wide receiver. He's going to get better. I would expect that offense is going to get better, and I would expect it's going to have to pass more too. So
I thought about Drake London at the Najee pick. So that's how far back I thought about it. So that's about 3 picks ago. So I feel you there. Looking at it now, you got Javonte and Ramondre and Jerry Jeudy, maybe Tua. Yo, you want to talk about how the mighty have fallen? How about DeAndre Swift, dude? Like, how far is he fallen? He probably would have been a top 13, top 14 pick last year. I'm not taking him right here.
That was my big. Last year I think was my last like all in year on DeAndre Swift. I took him in. I started off the entire year by taking him in the second round of the Scottish Bowl, and that set off my DeAndre Swift chain at that point. It was like, yep, I'm all in on DeAndre Swift, and what a big letdown he was again. It's not that he was a letdown. He got banged up, right? He's got to stay healthy, but as bad as he is, his 3 finishes, RB18, RB15, RB21. The guy is an elite pass-catching running back when utilized in the pass game. I think the biggest issue for him now, though, is staying healthy enough to be on the field enough and being utilized enough. Like last year, went down, and then it was like the Jamal Williams show out there. And then he just never was able to recover from that. So, or take over the lion's share of the load. He became like some like trick pony that would just come out there for a couple snaps a game. It felt like, but yeah.
Dude, it was like 6 snaps. So weird. Oh man, but you've talked long enough. I got to make a decision. Do I go different?
You took DeAndre Swift. Sorry, but that's fine.
No. I'm not taking DeAndre Swift. Hell no. I asked you about him, and I said how the mighty have fallen. But do I take Javonte, Ramondre, Jerry, Jameson, Tua? That's who I'm between. 5 guys. I don't like Javonte. He's too injury riddled. Yo, as long as I don't even really know Ramondre. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead right now, and I'm going to take a total wild card. I'm going to take Jameson Williams. He was fucking just a thoroughbred at Alabama. The kid could fucking fly down the field. I like him playing opposite Amon-Ra. I like him with Goff. Goff played great in that system last year. I'm taking this kid right here. I know it's ballsy. I know you got Javonte there. You got Ramondre there. You got a couple quarterbacks. Give me Jameson Williams. I want to see what he's got. In limited play last year, 2 touchdowns on like 3 plays. Let's go.
Yeah, I had him. He's past my 36. So I took them all. I did not have him on there. Maybe because he spent the year hurt, and I had to see something, I guess, out of him for me to put him on here. Yeah, but if you like him, that's all that matters, right? So,
I loved him coming out. The kid's a stud.
He was. There's no doubt about it. He could be something special. I just didn't know what to say for him or how to even really rank him because we barely saw him. So
yeah, that's fair.
I'll take.
I didn't mean to throw you off so much, dude.
No, it's okay.
Yeah,
you didn't really throw me
off. Yeah, wild card there. I think the problem is this. The problem is this. Javonte, I don't trust the injury. I don't like the system. Ramondre, Again, he had a couple of good years in New England, but I don't know. It's a Belichick running back.
Hell no. Look,
right.
I stood on a mountain and I screamed, "I'm all in on Sony Michel." Right? I put my flag in the top of Mount Everest, like I scaled it. And I was like, yes, Sony Michel is going to change everything about New England running backs. And that was the biggest mistake probably I've ever made talking about this stuff. I was so in on him, and I got screwed by it. And I'm not buying into the half season of relevance from a New England running back again. Like, he deserves to be here. No doubt about it. He had a great year last year, but no, I'm not taking him just yet. He's not a second round guy to me in this draft. So.
No. And then Jerry Jeudy, which I feel Jameson has more potential over. Like, Jeudy would be the guy. Like, if you don't pick anyone right here, I will tell you, I am taking Jerry Jeudy next because I think he's wide receiver 1 for Russ. I like what he did to end the year once Hackett was fired, and I can't wait to see what he has going forward with Russ. But you're on the clock. I'll let you make your pick.
Oh, I'm going to take Swift then. That's fine. I talked about Swift. And he was next on my list anyway. It's funny. I had Devontae Smith, by the way. I got to go back a little higher, so he probably should have went earlier than he did. To be a couple picks, to be honest with you. But we got to a tangent about something and I missed it. But it's okay. There's only a couple picks. But yeah, DeAndre Swift, I'll take. I told you about him already, right? Even with 6 snaps and all the bullshit that he's had gone through in Detroit, and the nonsense and the injuries, he still has been an RB2 like every year. So still saw 70-something targets last year. So, like I said, be there in the pass game. Be nice if we can get 16, even 15 games out of him at this point. Nice usage in the pass game.
Bro.
But I'm not buying into where he might be drafted again. Kiss my ass.
We're in the 3rd round.
Oh,
we are in the 3rd round.
Yeah, we're cooking. It's an hour and 8. That's not too bad then.
No, not bad. Where do you think Swift's going to be drafted this year, though?
Where's he going to be drafted, or where am I going to draft him? Is that because those are
both? Yeah, throw them both out there. Fucking throw them both out there.
In a redraft league?
Yeah. Not that. No one cares. I mean, like, we're doing this dynasty perspective, but yeah,
dude, I don't. So he's going to be in my 3rd round. So he's coming up. So he's not going to be in the 12 to 24, but he's probably going to be. Yeah, he's going to come up right short of 36, I think. So that's in a redraft.
Okay.
I haven't even done a startup yet this year. I guess we did one way long ago. I don't even remember it, but
yeah, the best ball. The best balls are fun. We'll do more best balls. I'm not going to do very many redrafts this year, but
I don't even know. I'd probably take him. I don't think I would take him with a top 30 pick, SuperFlex dynasty startup either right now, to be honest with you.
I wouldn't touch that dude, fucking period. Like you just said, he was a gadget player to Jamal Williams, who averaged like 3.4 a carry. You watch again, Jamal Williams, he was a touchdown machine. But
no disrespect to Jamal Williams. I love the anime and all the crap that he brings to the team.
Oh, no disrespect. Jamal Williams is that dude. I'll hang out with you, smoke a blunt with you, like fucking watch some anime, like play video game. But at the end of the day, Jamal Williams in between the 20s is not a good running back, right? And DeAndre fucking Swift was a gadget player to this guy who wasn't a good running back. They got to figure that out.
Yeah, that's it. So go ahead.
Cool. Back on the clock. It's not Javonte. It's not Ramondre. Like I just said, if I'm picking again, I'm between 2 guys, but I'm not going to tell you my other guy because I hope that he's available when I pick next. It's Jerry Jeudy. He will be the wide receiver 1 in Russ's system. I look forward to seeing what Sean Payton brings to them. And I just think overall he's a fucking talented kid, dude. I look forward to seeing what they got this year.
Yeah, he finished strong, right? Had a good stretch down the end of the year after they fired Hackett, and now you got Sean Payton in there. The offense should probably get much better. Should be a more stable franchise at this point. All the nonsense that Russ just tried to pull while he was there last year is not going to fly under Sean Payton. And Cortland Sutton might be gone anyways. So it could be the Jerry Jeudy's show, basically, with KJ Jalmer or something out there. But Tim Patrick. So I don't even know who else they have at this point there if they were to lose Sutton. So Jeudy could see an abundance of targets at that point. So, yeah, Jerry Jeudy's a good one. Another guy who kind of he got hurt too. So it's hard to really judge him on his year 2. Rookie year, wide receiver 47. Hurt that second year. Still finished wide receiver 22 last year. He's 23 years old. Finished strong with Russ. So I kind of like it. So, yeah. He's probably a guy that we're talking about a little differently next year.
I think so. Who do you got? Who do you got coming up next? Pick 2 in the 3rd round.
I'm going to – let me see. What team am I on right now? This one? So
no, you got JJ Olave. Yep.
Perfect. Worked out then. See? It always works out. Sometimes you just wait on quarterback. But I'll take Tua with this pick. 3 years in the league, QB 31, QB 26, QB 15. Mike McDaniels obviously helps out a little bit with this one. But 13 games healthy last year. He had a run of 8 of 11 weeks where he was QB 11 or better. So he was a QB 1 like 75% of the time when he played last year. The concussions are a little scary. Can't really take those hits. I got to learn how to. I don't know what it is, but definitely concerning. But at the same time, like when he plays, he's pretty good, and I'll take him right here. I think he's
very scary. I would have taken him long ago, as you would have if it wasn't for those. Very, very scary. Hope to see him play, man. That offense is an explosive offense, dude. If he is healthy, and with this pick. 3rd pick in the 3rd round. It's a guy. I'm not going to go back on my word.
We're not even sure that Miami rolls with him. I know they say they are, but we don't know what. There's a long way to go right now in the offseason. So
Tua or 46-year-old Tom Brady? Who would you rather have?
For one season, Tom Brady.
Wild. I thought Tua passed just fine. I digress.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. There's something about Tom though.
I get it. I get it.
Still was
all right.
But yeah.
All right. This guy, I said, if it comes around and he's there, I'm gonna take him. Christian Watson. It's something about guys who are big, athletic, who can get the ball in their hands and make plays. Christian Watson, whether it's a 8-yard slant, a 12-yard slant, a reverse, you put the ball in that dude's hands and he can make things happen. I wish that well, I don't care. I don't wish. Fuck the Packers. Had that drop not happened, opening week, he probably would have had a more prevalent role in this offense, especially as they searched for wideouts. But once he found a niche in this offense, my God, did he find a niche? He was our wide receiver 1. Alan Lazard took a back seat. Romeo Dubes, the street says. Romeo Dobbs was hurt.
I'll call him Dubes the rest of my fucking life because.
So he took a back seat. It was the Christian Watson show with Jordan Love. We saw it very, very briefly against Philadelphia. They looked very, very feng shui together, okay? I like Christian Watson in the spot. I like him more than Javonte. I like him more than Ramondre. So give me Christian Watson here. I think he's got a bright future.
Does he? Well, if Jordan Love is a bright future, he is a bright future. Aaron Rodgers might not be there. That was my only concern.
No. I this is everything I just said fully based on Jordan Love. I do not think Aaron will be there. I think Jordan Love will be okay. Again, I think he'll be okay.
I hope he's not. But the only thing is I don't know. That's too. And another guy. He was wide receiver 41 last year. Health was probably the biggest issue. Couldn't stay on the field early in the season. Couldn't get that chemistry with Aaron Rodgers as he went through. But after week 10, he finished as wide receiver 11 or better for 5 of the 8 weeks he played. So pretty monster ends to the season for Christian Watson. Very touchdown dependent, though. Scored a lot of touchdowns. Some pace that he's not going to be able to keep up. But you would imagine some of that levels off into catches and yards a little bit, and touchdowns kind of go down, so they kind of even out as it goes. But yeah, so I like the pick.
Awesome.
And then I
It's
guess
really getting down to the nitty-gritty here, dude.
Do I take this or this, or this or that, or this or that? I'm going to take Javonte Williams next. RB17 rookie season. Obviously, he got hurt last year, but man, if he doesn't get hurt too, because you watched it. Ignore any stat that you've ever seen in your entire life and tell me the first few weeks of that season watching Javonte Williams, he wasn't a million times better than Melvin Gordon. Like, he came out of like a rocket every time you handed him the football compared to the other. And maybe if he just stayed healthy for a couple more weeks, he probably just takes over that backfield, and they wouldn't have had that bullshit split. So the injury kind of sucks for Javonte, but I think he's a good player. The injury that's a tough one. That's a rough injury he had, but he's young, It's getting a little less scary each time it comes. 22 years old, so I like him. Yeah. Third round, sure.
Speaking of young injuries, SuperFlex, starting quarterback, Purdy's out. Fucking let's take Trey Lance right here, dude. Like, I get we could have probably waited a couple more picks, but Trey Lance is the pick. Again, Ramondre. We're starting to go to Dameon Pierce, Treylon Burks, J.K. Dobbins, Cam Akers. No. Yo, I'm a gamble right now on Trey Lance. There's no one else anywhere near as appealing as him. What do you think?
I didn't even have Trey Lance on my list, so
I guess you could throw Brock Purdy on there too. I didn't throw him on there.
Probably why?
You could throw Brock Purdy on there too.
Because number one, Lance played 3 weeks, and then Purdy played like 6, and Purdy might be back, right? He might be back. I don't know. He could end up. I don't know what is going on there, so I'm just going to leave those guys kind of off this thing. I get it. The draft capital, the tools, and everything that goes with Trey Lance, though, that you just can't give up on yet. But I did not have him in mind. I had to take some just some Robitussin type guys, dude, that are you're not excited about them at all, but they technically probably belong here over guys like that. Probably how I rounded out the end of mine, but you'll see as we go.
That's fair. Who you got here?
So my next pick in this one, I feel like I got to do it at this point. Like, there's some upside guy, but see, when I weigh the two, it's just not easy to do. I'll take Brandon Ayuk in this one.
Ooh, okay. I like that. That's a nice pick.
I mean, he had 1,000 yards last year, right? 114 targets. Debo, the way he obviously he's number 2, number 3 probably if you want to get technical. Number 4, count McCaffrey. But yes, after all those guys, but he's still pretty good. 24 years old. He's played pretty well so far to date. He doesn't get the usage that he might get elsewhere on other teams, but he's a good player.
Damn, was surprised. I think he might get traded. How would you feel if he was traded?
It depends on where he goes. So if he gets traded to a decent situation, like put Brandon Ayuk in Kansas City.
Oh.
Yeah, see what I mean?
He's higher on this list. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Damn. Yeah, you just got me going a little bit with that. If Ivan was here, you know what he'd be saying. He'd be going crazy right now with all sorts of things for sure. All right. Damn. So pick 7. I'm not going to take Ramondre still. I'm going to take a guy who fucking definitely showed big time spark last year. Give me this offense is ugly, but I think they'll get a quarterback. I think they'll draft a wide receiver. Give me Dameon Pierce, running back, Houston Texans, right here in this spot. Depleted position overall. Running back so tough. to gauge on a year in, year out basis. I think this kid ran really hard last year, which is always, I mean, I don't necessarily know it's a good thing. For short term, it's a good thing. Long term, not necessarily. But this kid is a baller, really tough runner. Give me Dameon Pierce in this spot, Streets.
Yeah, he had a good rookie year, I think. I don't know, like, moving forward, is he going to be a bell cow back for them? Are they going to trust him? But I'd have to say overall, he had a pretty good rookie year. And I think at this point, definitely worked where he or being drafted at least. I don't have too much negative to say about him. Even though I was definitely high on him last year, probably took him a little too early in some redrafts leagues, and I paid the price a little bit. Although he did bail me out quite a few weeks in that, so he wasn't completely useless. I just don't know if he's going to be like the franchise guy, right? That's the one thing I don't know. Maybe more set to be an RB2, but that's still pretty useful. We just talked about it with Najee, and we kind of hated on these guys. So, but he's probably headed to an RB2 territory.
Right, that's okay.
We don't know about the pass. Like, I don't know if you're going to be involved in the pass game a lot. Like, I don't know.
That's fair. That's fair.
But I mean, look who we're taking at this point. I mean,
no, right.
It's still more fun. Although I don't know why, I'll take this guy then. I'll take Ramondre Stevenson then at this point.
There you go.
So he can finally go RB 47. Then he's 25. RB 47. RB 7 last year. I hate Pat's backs. They scare me to death. As long as Bill Belichick is there. I already told you before, I got burned in my booty by Sony Michel. God. But, yeah. So, but I mean, he had a good year. And Ramondre's been pretty good for 2 years now. So who knows what they do. I don't know. It's the deserving spot for him at this point. So go ahead. There's like 4 guys left, so this is fun.
Especially when it's so ugly like this. Listen, I love Treylon Burks coming out. I thought he'd be a really good player. I like Cam Akers, especially in his rejuvenated role at the end of the year. But at the end of the day, I think that the Rhino is going to get touches the next few seasons. And it's an odd pick to take a 7th round running back here at this point. But I'm going to go ahead and take Isaiah Pacheco solely because of the situation.
I've battled him on this list because I wasn't sure what to do. The Rhino makes it, though. So, yeah. I mean, good Lord. He runs like a fucking Rhino. He is fun to watch play football. Does he last? I don't know how long he lasts. I have no clue. But, yeah, he's fun to watch play football. And he was kind of a spark that run game needed a little bit last year after he took over CEH. Like, they just needed somebody that came in and exploded like that through the line. So I like it. I truly hope he improves a little bit and gets better in certain aspects and can make himself a more useful dynasty. He's a weird dynasty value guy right now. I see a lot of trades and a lot of people asking what to even trade for him. And not an easy one.
Yeah, it's tough because on paper, you'd probably think Treylon Burks is worth a lot more than Isaiah Pacheco. But at the end of the day, who is going to be throwing this dude the ball over the next couple of years?
Yeah, that's worrisome. That is definitely worrisome.
What do we say? We are redraft dynasty players. We are win now dynasty players. You could always trade your future first for players and go win now. And then go and trade your players for first and then keep playing that game. I digress. We ain't going to tell you how to play that game.
No doubt.
It's Streets is on you, brother.
Oh. So, yeah, I'll take – speaking of that, I'm going to actually – you know what's funny? Since I got to weigh kind of two things, I'm going to take Rachaad White.
Oh, he's there. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
RB 36 last year. Fournette's gone. Don't know who the quarterback is in Tampa Bay. I don't know what's going to happen. Trask, kind of trash, going to play quarterback. I mean, the division at this point probably don't even matter, but because he could be one of the better quarterbacks in that division. No offense to Derek Carr, but he's not going to be. But yeah, no, he's elite in the pass game. There's no doubt about it. Got to get better in the run game, but the opportunity's there, and I don't think they're going to draft anyone else. So I think he's going to get a decent workload to start the season there. So now's the time for Rachaad White.
All right. I'm doing it right now, dude. Solely because of skill set. Give me Treylon Burks. I don't know who the fuck's throwing him the ball. He's my last pick. I can't let him just go undrafted. You got J.K. Dobbins, Cam Akers, Brian Robinson, Cook, James Cook, Rashad Bateman, John Dotson, guys like that. But at the end of the day, I'm going to go ahead and just take the skill set and hope that they get someone who can throw him the ball out there, or just hope, even if they don't got someone who can throw him the ball, what do you say? They just pepper him with targets, as my boy Street says.
Yeah, just pepper his ass with targets. Don't matter if you're good. Just pepper him with targets. But a year ago, he was my number. So I had Breece Hall, Drake London, Treylon Burks. He was my number 3 rookie rank guy. I had Treylon Burks 3rd, and I had him ahead of Kenneth Walker at 4 by a spot, but still, I had him 3rd. And yeah, that one not working out so well for me. Yeah, but that was a talent I like. But we won't talk about these guys a whole lot longer. Next up,
last pick.
I'm gonna go. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna talk. There could be a few guys here. I want to talk about my guy. He was the steal. I still don't get why he fell so far in a lot of drafts. I just don't get it. And I get the rookie season wasn't great by any means of the imagination at this point. But he was the guy that I loved seeing where he was getting drafted at the end of the first round. It was like one of those things, if you had a late pick, you could sit back and just say, yeah, let him come to me, baby. My man, Jahan Dotson, baby.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah, you saw it. 3 wide receivers. He got hurt. He started out great, got hurt, came back, still kind of finished strong in a crap situation that he was in also. That was another just bad one. Who knows what Washington does? Sam Howell, the guy, I don't know. Do they? I don't know what they do. Another team that should just say, yeah, Lamar Jackson should be our quarterback at this point.
Right.
What a dumb thing going on right now in the NFL. But yeah, look at what Carolina gave up to get a mystery box when they could have just said, "Oh, yeah, we'll just give up 2 first-round picks," like they just did, and then got an MVP.
I was thinking that. I was like, why wouldn't they have just traded for Lamar? But I get you. At the end of the day, you have to pay him. You know what I mean?
Money's nothing when you have an MVP quarterback. Like the Chiefs happily played Patrick Mahomes, right? Because if you get the quarterback right, it doesn't matter.
But I mean, no disrespect to Lamar. He's not Patrick Mahomes. And no disrespect to Josh Allen. No, but you know that. I don't have to tell you that. You say that. You're like the one who preaches that. And I mean no disrespect to Josh Allen, but he's no Patrick Mahomes. And him leading the league in interceptions and all that bullshit is a part of the reason that the Bills can't take that next step with their defense. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I digress. That's not what we're here to talk about. But did you want to recap this top 36 really quick? You want me to run it down?
You could if you want. Go for it. I forgot.
Yeah, really quick. So we got Burrow. So we went 1 through 36. We got JoeBurrow, JustinJefferson, JalenHurts, JustinHerbert, JustinFields. He probably should have been 6th. T-Law probably should have been 5th. I digress. Jamar Chase, Jonathan Taylor, CeeDee Lamb. I'm on Ross St. Brown, Jalen Waddle, Breece Hall to end the first, Travis Etienne, Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, Kenneth Walker Jr., T. Higgins, Kyle Pitts, Najee Harris, Michael Pittman Jr., Devontae Smith, Drake London, Jameson Williams, DeAndre Swift on the 2nd. 3rd round, Jerry Jeudy, Tua Tagovailoa, Christian Watson, Javonte Williams, Trey Lance, Brandon Ayuk, Damian Pierce, Ramondre Stevenson, Isaiah Pacheco, Rachaad White, Treylon Burks, Jahan Dotson to end the top 36 and to end the 2020's fantasy football rookie redraft.
That's fun.
Good stuff.
I enjoy, as we're talking rookies, it's fun to go back and live in history a little bit, right? Go back and look at all the last rookies. So that's fun. I
That was
enjoyed
good
that.
stuff. That was real good stuff, my dude. Should we talk about the 2023 rookies? Do you want to talk about the 2023 rookies?
Yeah, I got a few minutes. Why not? Saturday night. The hell who cares, right?
All right, well, let's do this. Let's do this really quick then. Let's get this on the screen then if you want. So 2023 rookies, they are crazy right now. I've seen some crazy trades. I've seen 1.1 be traded for JustinJefferson, dude. I've seen I've just seen the most wild, outlandish fucking trades. Like I can't even explain the trades I've seen.
Because Bijan Robinson is literally Barry Sanders. If you go on Twitter, like they're the same thing. Like that, that's what Bijan's gonna be. Is Barry Sanders? Like you're getting one of the greatest running backs of all time. That's what
it's absolutely insane. So I figured I'll just pull this up really quick. Street's will talk about like the first couple of guys who get drafted.
So I pulled up this. I should not slight Bijan in any which way because he is my number. He is my 1-1. There's zero doubt about that, right? I don't want to hate on him. Look at that. That's fun. I like.
Yeah. So we'll let it. I was going to say we'll just
right now for.
It's going to do it for us. We'll just let it play out and get here. So all right.
So this took us to the spot. He's really good. He's really good. Don't get me wrong, but. People got to calm down a little bit, man. I wish I had a 1-1 this year. I don't have any 1-1s, but I wish I had a 1-1 because I just go for the package at this point, whatever I'm going to get for him. The Justin Jefferson trade was bonkers, but then I've seen 1-1 and Ayuk for Jamar Chase and something. I forgot what it was or something like that. Even that, I'd still wow. I'd probably still take Chase, to be honest with you, man. Even when you
take the proven. What if you take Bijan and he tears his ACL, dude?
I hate saying that, but what if you take him, right? What if you take him and there's just no motivation? What if he signs an NFL contract and he gets there and he's like, nah, I'm Bijan, I'm the best, and he shows up on the field like that day one, and all of a sudden it's like, well. Guys are way faster in this league than I thought they all were, and it's much harder to play. Don't get me wrong; he's going to be good, but at the same, you just don't know. There's so many variables that happen with these guys, so many of them, that it's just you take the top 5 proven dynasty player. There's no doubt.
All day. So let me ask you. So you got Bijan, all right? Yep. He's sitting at number 12 overall right now. Yep. So in a redraft league, where are you taking Bijan?
Not in the first round.
And obviously, this is also based on dynasty settings. So, Bijan in the first round of dynasty is a lot more applicable than Bijan in the first round of redraft. But I want to ask you where you're taking Bijan in redraft.
Yeah, so Bijan is going to finish. You'll see it's coming out. He's actually going to fit. This is without not knowing where he's going to go. It could change if he goes to a bad spot. If he goes to a team that's going to split time for some reason, then they just – it's because you know how some NFL teams are, right? Just dumb. They are dumb when it comes to certain aspects. But he's going to finish right at the end of round 2 right now in a redraft for me. So it's not bad. Okay. It's still up there, but but that's because the risk and reward, right? You weigh the risk, you weigh the reward. You weigh the risk. So – it's one of those things where it's kind of a transition year too for running back in my eyes. A lot of the mighty have fallen. A lot of the guys that we used to talk about a lot kind of have fallen off a little bit. And then you got Breece Hall, who's injured to start the year. So if once the 120 article's coming out, you'll see Kenneth Walker. I have 12th right now. I have Kenneth Walker as a first-round draft pick. Breece Hall would have been if he didn't get hurt. But he got hurt, so he gets pushed back a little bit. So, yeah. So Bijan is a second-round pick for me in redraft. If we're doing a startup right now, yeah, if I'm picking 7 to 12, I'd take Bijan. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So what about some of these other guys? So startup, dynasty league.
That's a boring one because obviously we all like him.
Right. All right. So in one of our leagues the other day, we saw pick 1.2 traded for 1.8, 1.10, and 2.1. What do you think about a trade like that? Would you rather have the 1.2? And mind you, the guy at 1.2 has no quarterbacks. So would you rather have 1.2 or would you rather have those 3 picks? And the guy who traded the 3 picks is a pretty shitty team. So, I feel like they adversely traded. I'm not sure why, but shit, you're in the league. I'm just asking you your opinion on that trade.
I get it, but I get where the 1-2 is coming from. You're going to take the gamble, right? In a SuperFlex league without quarterbacks, you're going to at 1-2, you're taking a quarterback.
But the guy without quarterbacks traded away.
No, I know. I'm getting. Oh no, I'm getting.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. All right. I was just making sure that you understood it. Yeah. My bad.
I just, when I tell a story, I go from like.
You tell that story. I was just making sure you understood what I said. Yeah.
But it's not. It's weird because there's 4 quarterbacks, right? You got a 25% chance to hit the 1. I get it, but the odds aren't great, and I'm not quite sure which one of these 4 are the 1 at this point this year. Anthony Richards, no, thank you. Good. No. Look, the combine's great and all, right? It's great for certain things. The combine has its ups, it has its downs, it has everything about it. The quarterback position is not the thing I can give a crap about the combine for. It's the one position I'm like, no, I don't give a shit about quarterbacks at the NFL combine because let's look at the tape. Can they? Great, you're great on your legs. Can you throw a football? You can't teach accuracy. I don't care who anybody tells you. You can't teach accurate. You don't get better at it. Josh Allen has not gotten better at it. He still is not accurate. He's not. Like I could sit here and scream this till I'm blue in the face, but accuracy cannot be taught. Which is actually why I'm not that scared of Justin Fields because accuracy was never his problem moving in. He can throw a football and he can hit where he wants to hit it. That's never been his problem, right? You know this. You were an Ohio State fan. If Justin Fields is coming out against these rookies in this class, where would he go?
Oh, he'd be first overall in a big way, dude. Teams would be trading picks.
Exactly. So Anthony Richardson, he's fast. Oh God, I get it. He can throw a football far, but that doesn't do anything. Josh Allen has one too. You're hoping he's Josh Allen, right? You know how that is a tough shoe to fill. I have the all-time quarterback relative athletic score, the RAS, basically, and yes, he scored the highest with a 10. The rest of that list is Cam Newton. Okay, he won an MVP. He wasn't bad. But Cam Newton still had a 66% completion rate his year at Auburn. 66, right? Anthony Richardson, like a 50. That's horrible. But anyways, I'll keep going. Dante Culpepper, Marcus Mariota, Josh McCown, Tyree Jackson, Zach Conkey, Blaine Gabbert, Brett Huntley, Robert Griffin was actually not that bad. He got hurt, but Quentin Porter, Dominique Davis, Andrew Luck, Colin Kaepernick, Tim Tebow. You got like a 30% success rate right now by using the RAS, right? The odds are not in his favor at all by even using this, but he's shooting up the boards. It's just mind-boggling to me. I'm ranting right now. I'm kind of ranting on it because I just don't get it. I just don't get the Anthony Richardson. I hope he's great. Personally, I do. But I'm here to talk dynasty football, and I'm here to talk using those picks, and I'm here to talk the value and everything like that. And just I'm not doing it. Not a top 5 guy to me at all right now. I just can't. I'm sorry.
So what about at number 6? Because I see him here at this mock right in front of us. It took him at number 6. How do you feel about him going 6?
I can do
this
that.
mock went Bijan, Bryce, Stroud, Gibbs, JSN, Richardson.
That's fine. At that point, at the 6th pick in this one, I'm fine. Like I'm taking him. I'm probably taking the 3rd or 4th quarterback in a SuperFlex draft, like rookie draft at that point. The upside's there. I'm fine gambling it at that point. I can't do it first. I just can't. Like pick one.
Okay, so let me ask you then. So that trade then equates to Bryce Young for, was it 8 or was it 6? It was 8, 10, and 2.1, right? Or was it 6? Because that makes a big difference.
Say that again.
Was that trade 6, 10, and 2.1, or was it 8, 10, and 2.1?
8, 10, and 2.1, I thought.
Okay, so then 8. So
you're
then,
you're not getting a quarterback, so he's not getting one. But
well, here in this mock he did. It would have been he gets Will Levis, and he would end up with Charbonnet.
I know what league you're talking about, and I know how they are. And
okay, all right,
they're gonna,
okay,
yeah, it's going to be quarterback heavy. A lot of leagues are probably going to be quarterback. But you know what? You know what he can do? Because maybe he's smart in this sense, right? Maybe he goes, shit, I don't know what quarterback is going to be the best one out of these 4 or 5 or 4. So my team's not going to be good next year. Let me trade back and let me pile the skill guys on after all the quarterbacks go. I'm going to suck, and then I'll take Caleb Williams next year then as my quarterback to build with, right? Like, he knows he's not winning next year, so it might not even be a bad idea by him to just say, let the quarterbacks go, let some of these skill guys drop to me. I take them, let them get a year, and now next year I attack quarterback with a better quarterback class. So maybe that's what he did. So I can't hate on it. And then the guy who got pick 1-2, I think he did fantastic because he doesn't need a quarterback, right? So he's going to basically he gets JSN. He gets Bijan and JSN basically in this draft, if you ask me. Fantastic. That is a haul for this rookie class.
Or, first of all, what's up, Bub? Thanks for tuning in, Blue. Streets, you know Bub. You met Bub back in the northern days, way back in the day, dude. What's up, Bubby?
Oh. Didn't I just see him? Did I see him at your house not that long ago either?
You did, yeah. When Big Texas was in, you did. Yep. So but I would still. What I would do is I would try to trade that 1.2 for an even better package than you trade it away, because I think as you get closer to the draft, fuck taking JSN there. You can go and get, or he's got Josh Allen and Deshaun Watson. So what if you go and trade Watson for something, or fuck? Trade Allen and bring something huge back.
No. I'm not. If I have 1-1 and 1-2, but he has Watson and who? Love, right?
Josh Allen.
He has Allen and Watson.
Deshaun Watson, Josh Allen, and he just traded for 1-2.
Yeah, no, I'm not taking a quarterback then. Like, there's the mission.
Why would you take JSN at 2 though when you can get him at 5? Why wouldn't you try to trade down and try to get something? Like, it's the same thing the Bears just did. You can trade down and get more.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If you're doing that move, you got to make sure that the team coming up needs a quarterback. You have to make sure that somehow 3 quarterbacks go in that range. Sure, I'm fine with doing that, but at the same time, if not, you still walk out of that draft with JSN and Bijan, which is fantastic, and you have Josh Allen and Deshaun Watson. So I think he did fantastic. And as you can tell right now, if I was ranking these guys, in SuperFlex, obviously, if I'm going to rank SuperFlex, I'm not going to put JSN 2, but I'm going to put JSN 2.
Again, I don't mean to cut you off, though. Yep. But would you rather have fucking JSN, or would you rather have 1.8, 1.110, and 2.1? 3 skill players versus JSN. What would you rather have?
I don't know, because there's so many factors to that question. Like,
you already got your 2 quarterbacks no matter what, because this team's got their 2 quarterbacks. So this team with Allen and Watson, would you rather have JSN or 3 lottery chips? I'd rather have the 3.
For that guy, then I get why. Yeah, then maybe I thought. Yeah, I get what you're saying. You're saying basically then you can get you can go back. I don't know. This is tough for me because at times, if you're convicted on the rookie, you go get the rookie. Don't worry about, if you hit on the rookie, everything else falls into place. So if you're convicted on it, you go. But I get you do want more lottery tickets because they don't all hit. You might I told you about Sonny Michel. You might like the guy a whole lot. You might not hit. So I get what you're saying, and maybe taking.
What if JSN is Treylon Burks?
He's not Treylon Burks.
I'm just saying.
There's no dude. Only 4 other wide receivers running the shuttle got under a 4, dude. That's it in the history of the NFL. You know who they are?
I have no idea. I have I have no clue.
You know what the shuttle is? Most people probably do. But anyways, his agility is off the charts, dude. You can't. He might not have like the downfield, but his route running is so crisp. It's so elite. His agility is so great. Like the only time you can catch him or guard him is downfield. That's it. But you don't even need. He's not going to do that. He's going to eat you. He's going to eat zone. He's going to eat you out. You can't guard him, dude. So anyways, the only other 4 wide receivers, the shuttle under 4 time, basically in the history of the NFL, are
Antonio Brown.
Nope.
Where the shuttle?
Jamar Chase.
Ooh.
Amari Cooper. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but look, if you get Amari Cooper in the first round of a rookie draft, you won. Trust me. At this point,
I like Amari Cooper. I have no beef with Amari Cooper.
Odell Beckham and Brandon Cooks. That's it. That's it. History of the NFL.
All good.
They're all good players. Brandon Cooks, I think, gets a little slighted because he's bounced so many teams, but he's been a very good wide receiver.
Everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think JSN is a can't miss. He's the second best skill position player in this draft.
All right. So you're saying that Mr. Stud could be walking out with the best 2 skill position players without doing much.
Without doing, I get what you're saying.
And then he leaves the guy who traded for those picks, Mr. Hitman, with the 2 quarterbacks still at 3 and whatever he wants to do later. So,
and then so Hitman does okay because he could just wait. Yeah, he's waiting for Caleb Williams, anyways. I don't care.
Well, he is. But if Stud ends up taking JSN at 2, Hitman could take the quarterback at 3, and then he can still do his thing, and he really wins because he got those 3 picks. And
that's true.
All the dog in him. But I digress. We talked enough about that trade. Do you want to talk about that trade, or you want to save that for Tuesday night?
We could save it for Tuesday night.
Then sign us out of here.
I will sign us out of here. Well, everyone, thank you for tuning in. I had a fun time. Tim, thank you for joining me on the Roto Slappers. Talking rookies, baby. 2020 through 2023 or 2022. 3 years of them. As we said, saw some studs. We saw some iffy players, some guys we thought would be better, some guys that got hurt. Wide receiver was loaded in the last 3 years. That has been the position of just strength, I think, for rookies for the last few seasons. We'll see how it happens. Moving forward, we'll get into rookies a little bit more later. That's a moot point right now. But anyways, yeah. So thank you for joining us on the Roto Slapper Saturday night. I had a blast tonight. If you didn't, go subscribe below. Bloodline Network. Go right now. Hit it. Go hit it. Don't waste any time. Don't say I'm going to do it tomorrow. Don't say I'm going to do it later. Don't say, maybe I'll get to it. No, not right now. Go do it. Hit subscribe. Get it over with. Call it a day. And then watch all of the great shows. I don't know if you realize yet, everybody, but every single day on Twitter, we post something. There's a post. These are the shows that come on. It is literally like a TV channel with golden entertainment. This could keep you entertained all day, every day, all week. That's how good it is. So subscribe. Go follow the Twitter page. Tim, what's the handle?
It's right there. The Bloodline. ENT.
See? There you go. Go follow that. Go follow Tim. You want to tell him?
Sure, I'll do my DMD again. The Tim King Show. No, I'm just kidding. The Tim King Show. All major audio platforms, on YouTube, all over social media. But I don't really care about the all major audio platforms and on the YouTube. The Tim King Show live and in person right here on the Bloodline Entertainment Network. Pretty much all week whenever I can. And like Streetz said, check out all the major shows. Tomorrow, Circle of Debate, the flagship. I think 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. The flagship, baby. Check out our president, Ivan De Niro, the director, Chris, tomorrow, 2 p.m. I think 2 p.m. If not, I'm not sure. But it'll be live and in color right here, Bloodline Entertainment Network. Streetz, thank you for hosting me, bro. I had a blast, dude.
Dude, I had a good time. It was fun. I love diving in all these rookies, so it was a blast. Thank you for joining me. And yeah, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to the network, watch all the other great shows. We'll see you tomorrow.